Build your floor from the ground up. Want it in iconic silver, crafted red, Area 51? You got
it. So welcome back. Glad to have you. First off, is I want to say thanks to John for telling me to raise my camera up and kind of get it on a different angle. So I'm hoping this is going to work. I have the camera so far back I can't see anything, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So anyways, here's my $1,000 dog collar. It's a piece of junk. It didn't come out very well. But it took me a full day to make it. And I know I have mentioned this in the past, and it's kind of a sour note, or whatever you want to call it. People don't like me talking about how I don't think you can make money in the leathercraft. I know I'm not the fastest person in the world. I mean, I have literally no experience in doing this. I shouldn't even be. Anyways, I don't sell anything. I give most of my products away, so I'm not worried about, efficiencies, mass producing, I guess. I don't know. I just, that I give most of my stuff away, like I said, but I mean, the ones I have charged money for, like my bags, it's basically still giving it away. I didn't make any money on those bags or anything, and that wasn't the whole purpose of me doing this. I was just wanted to have everybody to have an MRA, something to remember my granddaughter that passed away, her name, MRA. That was my whole thing at the time, is making sure I get something in someone's hand, as many people as I could. I wanted them to be holding an MRA. It was my thing. I just wanted to make sure. So that's how this all began. But the more and more I was working at it and producing leather products, I don't know how anybody could possibly make money doing it. By the way, this collar here, I made this collar with 3.5, 4 ounce leather, 2 pieces sandwiched together, and I had these MRA tags that I thought I would just sew into the thing. My wife kind of likes it. I don't think I'll save this collar. It really came out really bad. I'm hand stitching, and I sold my sewing machine in my skiving machine. So at the moment I'm hand stitching, and I'll tell you, it took me hours to hand stitch this thing, and it came out like really, really bad. It's very, very hard to keep that stitch really straight, because when you go to hammer, everything wants to move. I have no experience, so that's not my whole point. I am buying a new sewing machine and skiving machine, and there's a bunch of different reasons, but I'll tell you the biggest reason for me is that the Texo sewing machine, even the cylinder arm, took up a lot of space. I'm in a small shop. And same with the skiving machine. The table that it comes on is such a big table. I'm going to go with those Cobras from the leather machine company. I'm going to go with the Cobra class. I don't remember the class numbers. I don't remember, but I'm going to go with a cylinder arm, but they're pedestal and they're on rollers, and I have a space for it. I could just roll it up against the wall, roll it out when I want to use it. It's tall, so I've literally been measuring, doing my research this time without wasting money. I figured that I could put the skiving machine in the sewing machine right to the right of me, and it's not going to take up much room. The Texo was just a big table. You didn't need that whole table for the skiving machine. They could have brought it down a little bit, and then same with the cylinder arm. The cylinder arm was just a big arm. It even had a table off to the left of the cylinder arm that was just really in the way. So I'm going with the pedestal ones that go up higher. And I think I'm going with a really good company. I think Leather Machine Company. I think that's what they're called. I've been doing a lot of research, and they seem to really care about their products and making sure that you're happy and setting the machine up correctly for you right out of the gate. So that's the plan. I'm hoping that that's going to happen soon. So I'll be back to sewing instead of hand sewing like this. I don't mind hand stitching my small wallets, which I think I'm always going to do. I think it looks better on a small wallet. But these long, I mean, I suppose I can keep on practicing and see if I can get any better. I don't have time. I have very little time down here. But anyways, this came out like terrible. But as I was saying, that if you spent the day making this, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know how anybody can make money doing this. I mean, if like by the way, I just noticed that on my videos, my video about can you make money in the leathercraft. I want to apologize first. I want to apologize about I don't get those comments for some reason. It's very, very, very strange how I don't get those comments, and there's a lot of comments on there about, you know, when people are commenting about my video about how you make money in this business. I apologize. I never got back to any of those people. I just noticed them the other day, and it's too much now to go back and answer all of them. So I just wanted to share this video about, because of my experience of making this dog collar. I mean, you know, I know it's inexperience, and it took me 8 hours to do it, which I get it. People don't want to pay for your inexperience. But I'm saying that even on my average size wallet, my little card wallet, takes me about 2 hours. If you're not interrupted and everything's going smooth, about 2 hours. I mean, you do got to burnish and stain, and you know that all takes time because everything needs to dry in between, and so about 2 hours. So in the money clip part of it is like, I think it's like $10, I think. And the leather probably got maybe another $10 in leather. So I would have to sell that small money clip wallet. I don't have one down here to show you. Bare minimum, just to break even, I guess, for my 2 hours. I mean, if you wanted to make $50 an hour, I would have to sell that wallet for $150. And then you take that $150 and you think about, okay, when I finish up one in 2 hours and to start another one, I understand you can cut all your pieces and kind of build them all together. But I think once you start rushing something like that, that means the quality of the wallet, it probably, if you don't focus on making the wallet, like for me, I guess, for me, I have to make a product. I have in the past where I made a bunch of cuts and got all my pieces lined up. Here's a wallet, here's a wallet, here's a wallet, here's a wallet, and start building them all. When you start going down that road, you start rushing yourself, I think. Well, it did with me. And then, but if you finished the wallet, it took you 2 hours, and you started another one. I mean, that's two. I mean, then you got lunch breaks, and then you got, you know, if you're running your own business, you got emails to respond to. If you're advertising your wallets, you got orders to. When do you have time to pack, make, spend the time searching tools, spending your time buying the necessary material, practicing your craft, taking the time to do that, in designing a product. All that time sitting on the computer or sitting with a pen and piece of paper and designing your wallet, making pieces and tweak them to see if they work and all that stuff. That's all time. And then once you get it down, then you got to bring the leather in. You got to, go online and order it, get it in, process the order, like make sure you got everything, got your packing slip, make sure that you got your buttons and got your things, and that's all time. It's all time that people don't see. And then you start laying out your leather and you start cutting out your products. Now you got your wallet and you start making your wallet, and then you got emails you got to respond to, and you got other products that you're sending out. So you got you're putting stuff out for UPS, and I don't know. I just don't think you can make 4 or 5, 6, 7, whatever how many wallets that you need to make in a day, plus do all the packaging and shipping, and even that, I mean, developing your own packaging and coming up with a branding for your packaging, and doing all that. When do you have time to do all that? Breaking it down, it's just, I can't see. If a guy's making it as a hobby and he's making it as a side gig, a side hustle, I think that would be fun, because you can make a wallet at your leisure. You could sell it for $150 or whatever you want to sell it for. You can make an extra $300, $400, $500 a week. That's pretty good living. But to make this a full-time living between health insurance, your expenses, and then all the expenses. I mean, I just don't see how you could even keep up with it and burn yourself out and not live life. I mean, you got to go out and spend time with your family, and if you want to go boating, if you want to go to the beach, and then if to try to do this full time, and let's say that you're sick for 2 or 3 days, there's nobody paying you. You work for yourself, so there's nobody paying you. Not like working for somebody. When you work for somebody, or you're working for a corporation or doing something, and if you're home sick, you're getting paid for those 2 days because you have sick days. You take a week's vacation, you get paid for it. And all the downtime in between of making products. You send out a wallet and someone's not happy with it, and you got to sit at your computer and return that and credit back. Someone's doing all that. And now you talk, well, maybe I should bring on somebody. Now you got their expenses, and you got workman's comp, and you got, health insurance that you got to offer them. And what if you want 401k and you want benefits? I just see, if you're a one-man band without getting to a major production, there's no way. I understand that there's guys out on YouTube, Parker over at Stock and Barrel. I mean, he's mass producing his stuff. It sounds like he's mass producing. I could be completely wrong, but it sounds like he's mass producing. He's got a company that's laser cutting all his wallets, and then where is he selling him? I mean, he must be doing some major, heavily advertising on some type of, e-commerce marketing type stuff, and in his YouTube channel, he's getting some revenue from YouTube channel. And Little King Goods, same thing. I mean, Little King Goods, as a one-man band, I don't think he made a lot of money doing this. I really don't. I think his YouTube channel with Peter McKinnon, visiting his shop, I think that skyrocketed his channel. I think he's got a good I'm not taking anything away from him, but he has had a lot of help, and he has had a lot of partnership up with, sponsors, and but if he was still sitting in his little room there, making one product at a time, and be able to support a whole family, and still have all the benefits of working for a corporation. He's got his health insurance. He's got, well, he's in Canada, so he gets free health. Well, I don't know about that, but anyways, but I mean, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. You know, it's like a friend of mine was telling me the other day. He's a plumber like I am, and he was telling me that when a customer squats at him, you know, like you give a customer a price on a certain product or a certain project, and let's just use the example that he used, like a garbage disposal, and they're like, wow, you got it done in 45 minutes, you know. And to be like, geez, you know, it's only a 45 minutes, but it took him, when he first did his first garbage disposal, it took him like 3 hours. And over the last 20 years, he developed speed. You know, so you end up developing speed that you'd be able to do that same job in half the time. So people are still going to pay for that 3 hour experience. What I'm trying to say is that just because he got faster at it, it doesn't mean he's going to be selling it any cheaper. You're paying for his knowledge. I mean, so same thing that goes with this. I mean, I could sit here and get faster and faster at this, and maybe it wouldn't take me, you know, 2.5, 3 hours to stitch this thing up. It might take me an hour, but it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I hope this doesn't come across like, because I really don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is I would never go into business and thinking I'm going to get into the leathercraft and think I'm going to support a family with it. Never. I mean, unless you're 19 years old and you got a ton of energy where you can work. Even that, I mean, you think about, even if you're going to work 18-hour days, you're going to get burnt out. It's just, and then as you keep on bringing on staff, I just don't see how you could ever do it. I don't know. Anyways, this is me, a big rant about this leathercraft. It doesn't apply to me anyway, so I don't do it I just do it for fun and for my granddaughter. That's all I do it for. I couldn't believe how long this thing took me to make. And it's terrible. But I could have stopped and restarted. I wanted to share that with you. I could have stopped and say, I broke the thread. The thread like undid from the needle. I don't know what happened, but I ended up breaking, so I had to restart again. And of course, it's doubled up stitches here, so it just looks terrible. But I could have stopped and said, scratch it, just stop doing what you're doing and then redo it and start over and everything. But I just wanted to keep on going just to see if I can start a new stitch. Because if you break them, it's good to know that if you do end up running short with your thread, or you didn't get yourself enough thread to hand stitch, that when you start again, you can practice on how to start again, and so it doesn't look so bulky. So I just kept on trying stuff. I didn't mind doing it. I wasn't stressed out. It didn't matter to me. I screwed up. I knew right in the beginning when I started. I'm like, I'm not gonna, because I accidentally punched the hole wrong here. After I had it all glued up and stitched up, and I'm like, even the stitches are all. So I kept at it, even though I know that I'm going to cut the buckle off in the D-ring and start all over. But I wanted to see how things were going to go together with the length of it. I went up and put it around our doggy's neck and see how it worked. And my wife likes it. She thinks that I should definitely add another keeper. So I'm probably going to do something with another keeper, or end up cutting the collar back a little bit longer. We do like having the buckle in the front and having the D-ring in the back, so when you put your dog lead, it's, you're not pulling on your collar because normally your dogwood would be here, they'd be kind of pulling this way. So having it this way, I feels like that it's not going to come, the collar's not going to come off the dog. I might make a few with the D-ring here where most people do it and not do it here, just to see how people would like it. I might make a few and give them away or something. So yeah, that's my crazy rant today. I don't think I'm going to work on this collar today. I think I'm going to do it throughout the week. Haven't decided yet, but I wanted to do this video just for to respond to some of those comments I've been getting. And I don't know, YouTube has really been strange lately, or my channel's been strange, is that I have seen notifications come up saying that someone left a comment, but then it says the comment's not available or no longer available or something. It's the strangest thing. And then I just happened to go flipping through. Someone made a comment on another person. Someone put a comment on one of my videos, and another viewer responded to that guy's comment. He was asking him a question. That's how I caught it. And then I went back there and I see all these comments about asking all kinds of different things or giving me feedback of how they look at things. I mean, I apologize. I didn't see any of that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video again. But all right. All right. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one.